All right, welcome back, guys. We're here at Rock Bottom. Actually, we're today at Pete's Bagels.
Yes.
And I'm back with Miranda, my social media manager and
Hello.
guru. I am eating today the breakfast sandwich with the vegan sausage. And what do you have? 'Cause that looks
I
good.
have a millennial Pete. I'm like,
Is that what it's called, the millennial?
Yeah, the millennial Pete, because it's basically avocado toast and
Okay,
it has
slay.
like the pickled onions and all that.
If you haven't been to Pete's Bagels, you should. It's a vibe.
Yes.
And actually out here is such a vibe. I'm loving although I will say by the end of this, I fully expect my hair to be like whoosh.
That's why my hair, I'm like slick back.
That's okay. I'm embracing the natural vibe, so it's all good. So welcome back, guys. We're doing like a little check-in with Miranda because it's been, I don't know, like about a month or maybe 2 months
Maybe
since
a couple
I had.
months.
Yeah, since I had
like
you
time.
on. Yeah,
is an illusion.
it's a concept.
Going by
It's a concept
so
that I'm not a
fast.
part of.
Yeah.
It's propaganda. Time is propaganda.
Propaganda we're not falling for.
Yes, literally. I love that. I'm just a girl. So Miranda's back on today, and we're gonna kind of do just like a little check-in. Like, how are you feeling? What's been going on? You kind of shared a lot on your social media recently that has like, I think it's a lot. It's a lot to share. I'll give you the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. No, I know that when Olivia invited me back on, she was like, I would love if you're open to it, talking about kind of your fertility journey and all of that fun stuff. And I recently, a few weeks ago, opened about it on my own social media, which honestly sounds kind of silly, but it was very freeing.
Yeah.
Because I felt like just to
That's
talk
what I love about
it.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I think that it has been a part of my life, like everyday life, like something that is taking up brain capacity regularly. So I think we've been on this journey for like 1.5 to 2 years now, and I feel like I'm in a place now where it's more, I'm at peace with what's going on and all of that stuff, but it definitely took some time to get here.
And I have so many friends and clients that are also on their own fertility journeys. So anytime I see someone close to me opening up about what they're going through, it's always such a like, I hold space in my heart for that because I just can't even imagine what that's like to go through. And there's so much, like, we live in a day and age where there is so much technology, but then there is also so much we don't know, which is like so weird to think because I think sometimes we get caught up in the idea that we know everything. We're literally on the brink of AI ruling the world, but we can't figure out women's fertility issues. Like, also, maybe priorities.
Yeah, maybe just
hey, world.
a little bit.
Maybe priorities. Because at the end of the day, like, we kind of have to reproduce in order for the world to keep going.
Yes, for sure.
Unless maybe the plan this whole time is for AI to just take over.
No. I'm scared. I'm like, I don't want to live
Your
in that
anxiety is
world.
like...
Yeah, I'm like, no, absolutely not. That sounds like my personal
hell.
Yeah,
yes.
honestly.
Agreed, 100%.
I'm like, no, I need real human connection.
Okay, and then something you did recently on your Instagrams was she started this whole kind of like rant series where you're just ranting about stuff on the internet, and I knew I had to have you back on so that we could do that together.
Oh, for
because
sure.
If there's anyone that likes to rant, it's me. I love ranting. I'm like the rant queen. So, so we came up with a couple topics. First things first I want to talk about. Okay, Love Island. Taking the world by storm. If you're watching it, then you know you're addicted to it. They've even got Fergs hosting Love Island Sports Night.
I saw that.
And they literally posted that this was like doing better than the Super Bowl. They were like, this is insane. And I loved seeing the videos because it's just the girlies like all watching everything go down. And it's so funny because there was one video where like something was happening in the episode and it like panned to the crowd and all the girls were like you would have thought like something tragic was happening in the world.
Yeah, we're all dramatic.
Yes.
AF, honestly.
I was
very
dying
dramatic.
though. And it was cracking me up though because I was like, I love seeing America come together over a trash TV show. Like, we're just, that's culture. That's American culture. Yeah. People say we don't have culture. That's us, okay?
That's
Tiger King, we came together, okay?
I also think it's a good distraction.
Love is Blind,
honestly,
we came together.
as well. And that's what I think people are kind of looking for.
Yeah. What do you think it is about Love Island that attracts people to Love Island?
So I definitely think So I feel
Drama.
like there's like, for sure, but there's like OG fans who started with the UK, and then there's fans like myself who came in last season.
I see.
Of Love Island USA, and
Which
it was so good.
Yeah, because my girl
and
Vera,
this season,
she's always watching it.
Oh yeah, I've been talking to Vera about Love Island. She's like, oh my god, did you finish the episode? I'm like, I'm a little behind, but I think that this season though, I'm about to stop watching.
Really? It's crazy.
It's too much. Like, it's so overproduced. And I was talking about it with my girlfriend.
We were talking about that with clients, too.
Yes. It's so, like, we will never get back to the day and age of, like, peak reality TV, like, Jersey Shore.
Right.
Like, because...
Where it was actual trash action happening.
Yes.
Because
and
now the
being
producers...
real.
Yeah, the producers get too involved. It's not even reality TV anymore.
No.
Like, even, like, the Kardashians have, like, exposed how there's, like, scripts and, like... you know, certain things that they're doing and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, I just want a camera to follow people around. I want authenticity.
Yes.
I want your trash to be real. You know what I mean? Like, because it's still trash.
And we all have it. Like, we all have our skeletons in the closet.
I think about it all the time. Like, one of these days, I'm just going to pay a camera to, like, follow me around and just, like, my life is chaos.
Secret
Y'all
life
think
of
this is good.
estheticians.
Yeah. So... yes, so Love Island, taking the world by storm, has me dead because America has never voted harder for anything else in its entire history of 250 years than Love Island, which cracks me up. You guys, priorities.
Yeah, I was gonna say priorities might be a little all over the place, and I feel like we've been united, and then like in the voting for Love Island, and then the last vote or so, like now I feel like
the world's divided.
Yes,
oh,
yes,
Lord,
we're divided on different cast members, different things, but I also think like next season, I think they should only bring on people like 25 and older, because I'm sorry, you can't tell me like a 21-year-old is seriously looking for love.
They do this on Love is Blind too. They have like 21-year-old men, but then like 35-year-old women, and then the women are upset when the men make comments about their age and stuff, and I'm like, producers,
what are
they
we
do that?
doing?
I'm sure they're doing it on purpose. Yeah, of course.
Yes. And I think the overproduction, like, I'm more mad at the producers than the cast itself. Like, I don't really think it's the cast's fault. Like, yes, there's some weirdos on the show, but I think the production, like, they have... I have never watched reality TV like this in a bad way. Like, that's derogatory. Like, I'm just
They're
not...
trying to stir the pot.
Yes, and I think they have made high expectations last season because it did so well, but I think that if they followed a similar format, they could have ended up with its own unique experience. Like, no one was expecting it really to top last season, but this is like a full 180, like the worst US season, I would say.
Yeah, and I'm not even all caught up. An episode a day
is a lot. It is a lot.
It's a commitment, you guys, that I just don't have. I have ADHD, okay? I'm trying to remember Zach at home, let alone Love. I got my own Love Island going on, okay? It's poor Zach, and he's just sitting on it, and I'm trying to make sure he's being taken care of also. Also, I'm in my reading era right now, so, like, I always go through these ebbs and flows where, like, some months I'm like hardcore reading, so I don't even look at the TV, and then some months it's all about TV shows. So right now I'm reading Quicksilver, which is incredible. I'm already hooked, and I know that book is going to destroy me because I know that there's an ending that's going to be brutal, but I love it. Okay, so you're working on your fertility journey, and you do have a procedure coming up, so that's a part of the journey.
Yeah, so basically where I'm at right now, in case anyone wants to know, is we started... again, like a year and a half, I would say. I don't really have like an exact date, like this is when we started trying. But we went to a fertility doctor who I love in December, and had to do like all the testing and stuff, which took a while, like much longer than I anticipated.
It does. I have clients who do that too, and it's like months.
Yes. I think we sat down with him maybe 2 or 3 months out. Like, it took some time. Obviously there was like the holidays and stuff, but still it just took a while.
Wow.
And then basically our doctor was like, you have three options. Like, you can keep kind of just trying naturally, or you can go with like an IUI or IVF. And he was very, like, I appreciate doctors who are not super pushy, and they kind of give you the option and all the information.
I appreciate doctors who be doctoring.
Yes.
And if you know what that means, then you understand.
Yes.
Like,
and
they don't all be doing that.
No. And also empathetic
Yeah.
to the situation.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but these are your options, and here's all the information I can provide to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned so much on this journey just about, like, reproduction, the female reproduction, male, like, all of these things, like, even... Like, it's just crazy.
Which nobody teaches you.
No. And I think...
I'm 30 and I just found out some stuff and I was like, oh, that's where that is.
I literally am dead because I feel like the first few months, that's what I was really struggling with, was, like, you're taught, like, don't have sex because you're going to get pregnant and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen.
Like
and
in Mean
you're
Girls,
like,
the
wait.
movie.
Yeah, literally.
You will die. And you're like...
And then it doesn't happen. And you're like,
I'm still scared.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 30. And I'm like, that can't happen.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's been a lot of,
It's so
like, within
emotional.
the first year. It was a lot. I feel like I'm at a better place now, and that's why I started to kind of share it. But yeah, so we did our first IUI because we decided to do that before jumping to IVF.
Yeah.
But again, everyone's
Which I think-
decision is
yeah,
very different and for their own journey themselves.
Yeah, and financials and everything that like
Yes.
goes apart with that.
Oh
It
my
makes
gosh.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate and blessed that we have the means and the support as well to be able
Yeah.
to do this because
Not everybody does.
Yes,
Yeah, I agree. And it's like it's one of those journeys where like you open up about it sometimes, but it's also so hard because some people just can't relate. So it's such a hard thing to open up about because some people just brush it off like, oh, you'll be fine. But it's like, I'm not okay.
Yeah, and I'm very fortunate and lucky to have amazing support system, like my friends, my family, like checking in, all these things. But I think that's again why I shared it, because I was looking for people who were also going through it.
And also, there's like weirdly something comforting about like stranger support. I don't know why.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's
why.
almost like an unbiased opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that...
Because a lot of people tell me the same thing about opening up about my mental health
Yes.
online. They're like, who are you opening up to?
But it feels so
I
freeing,
don't know
honestly.
how to say it. Yeah,
and I feel
it's
like...
because it's like a weight on your chest.
Yes.
And you're just like getting it out there.
Yes.
And then it's like nobody can hold it against you because you've already told everybody everything.
Yes. And I
So-
feel like instead of wearing like infertility or even loss or mental health struggles, like those things, instead of wearing it sometimes like a badge of dishonor, when you're sharing it, it feels more of like a badge of honor. Like, I don't know, I felt like, again, very free and not as guilty about like what I was going through. And especially when it's such a huge part of your life, and when posting on social media, like we try to show up as authentic as possible, and I'm like, how can I not share what is going on, essentially?
So true. And then also we live in a day and age where like people are obsessed with knowing every part of you, even strangers.
I've had people request weird things in my DMs wanting to know
I'm
about me.
scared.
Like
sure.
weird stuff. And I'm like, I don't have to share that with you.
No. And I think, again, like, I think everyone is comfortable with what they want to share, and I don't think you should be forced to share like anything. Like, it's your life at the end of the day. Sometimes the phone and social media can be a very like parasocial situation. But no, I feel like sharing, I've gotten so many messages from women, even like friends of mine in the past and stuff, who are like, thank you so much for sharing this, like I feel seen, or people like feeling ready to then share their story. And that is what I was looking for, and what, even if like one person saw it and was like, hey, wow, this is so relatable, like it felt validating. I
even
guess.
that one person, like you said, that like shares their story. And like for me right now with like my mentoring with other estheticians that are just starting, like so many of them have had the same conversation. They're like, Olivia, it's a breath of fresh air to see you not pretending like everything's okay all the time, because it's not. Ever.
And I think people appreciate, like, obviously I feel like we're both very positive people. Like, I feel like you kind of have to be nowadays, or else you'll quite literally go insane. But I also think it's okay to talk about like the bad shit too, and important to talk about it, rather than just being like, I don't know, if someone was going through and starting their journey and they're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so easy and it's just gonna happen like that and all of that stuff, and it's like, hopefully, like, you, that's what we all hope for. Like, I would never wish this upon anyone.
And then of course there are those who like don't share the negative side, which is fine. That's their prerogative. They don't have to. But then it just glamours this idea that it is perfect all the time.
Yes.
And it's like, it's not.
No, and that's
Ever.
honestly what encouraged me to talk. That was like the final straw to talk about it, was just that podcast episode where the host was just talking about her experience, which again is great. She got pregnant on the first try with all 3 of her kids, but the way she presented it was just very like hostile and insensitive and like judgmental towards other people. And then saying like, in our society there's a fixation on infertility and loss, and I'm like, girl, I don't know what's on your algorithm, but all I see all day is like pregnancy announcements, gender reveals, like telling people they're pregnant, which again is amazing. Like, I love those stories, but there's also a whole nother side to it as well.
Yeah. And like in my industry, we have this whole stigma around like, you know, someone who wants to start their own aesthetic business. It's going to be so easy and you're immediately going to be making all this money and immediately at the top of the industry. And I've even seen those at the top of the industry falter and fall, and there are problems and complications. And what is glamored on social media is 9 times out of 10 never the full story behind the scenes, which is crazy to me. But that's why I started this, so that I can open up about that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's important, and I feel like it's what I don't want to say what people resonate with you the most, but I feel like it is a huge part of who you are, and your content, because not many people are talking about it, and it can feel like when you're going through it, either path, like you are like, oh, what's wrong with me then? Why am I not becoming successful right away?
Right, exactly.
And it's like, actually, all those people are just not being honest.
I know. I posted a story the other day of me. It was on my day off, and I was like running around doing errands, and I had a bowl of literal tortellini pasta in my car because that's how busy my life is. And I was like driving, like eating tortellini with my fingers.
Just popping it in like popcorn.
First of all, if you haven't done that, 10 out of 10 recommend. But I posted that, and the amount of peoples were like in my comments, like, this is the most relatable comment ever. And I was like, oh, okay, slay. Like, we're all riding around with pasta, or wishing we could be, which you should. Free will. I love it.
I know. Why not? Just a little snack.
Okay, so we capped up on Love Island. We capped up a little bit on how you're doing. Let's talk about this big event on social media right now, Jeff Bezos' wedding. Which I saw something today where somebody posted like, everybody's hating on Jeff Bezos, but I ordered something on Amazon and it was here 2 hours later, so enjoy your wedding, king. And I'm like, okay, but like he didn't deliver the package. In case she wasn't aware.
The system that he set up.
Yes, the people that he pays very poorly delivered the package to you.
That's why.
So the wedding was crazy because obviously it was like laden with celebrities and just dripping in wealth. And if we're being completely honest, I was actually pretty disappointed by some of the celebrities that I saw at the wedding.
Wow.
Oprah, for one.
Oh, wow.
Shocked by that. Just because she has always been notoriously for the people, and Jeff Bezos just doesn't seem for the people. So I was very shocked to see Oprah. Leonardo DiCaprio, I was shocked. And he was trying to hide it. He had his hat down the whole time. Anytime paparazzi was trying to shoot him, he had his head down with like his hat. Another one who has always advocated for like, you
environment.
know, the environment and everything. I'm like, okay, but here you are renting
I think
Venice.
There was like over 100 private jets or something insane that flew into the wedding.
They had to like shut the airspace down.
Yeah, I saw a meme and it was like, not all of these private jets
Jeff Airlines.
Private jets flying in for the wedding, and I'm drinking out of my cardboard straw or whatever, and I'm like, or paper straw.
Yeah,
like
literally.
Mm-hmm. Like
So
it's
true.
So
that wedding was egregiously gluttonous. Like it was just, it literally was like an example of just gluttony at its finest. And then I saw a bunch of articles that were just talking about how like the wedding itself could have paid for like, I don't know, something crazy. It was something about like all the citizens in New Zealand or something like that. And it was just like so crazy to think of that kind of wealth. And then Zach and I were talking about it the other day, because if somebody has that kind of wealth, like why not share, you know what I mean? Because even people like Elon and Jeff Bezos like obviously make enough money to literally fund anyone in the world and still have money left over. But then we were talking about it, and the reason they can't do that is because then money would have no value because everybody would have it. You know what I mean?
That's fair, yeah.
And it's like
basically the system we were all born into, and they don't want to mess it up, I guess.
So it's one of those things where, like, when I see those displays of wealth, it's disappointing because we already know you're that wealthy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to rub it in.
We know how successful Amazon is.
Yeah. Honestly, I would have loved to have seen them just have, like, a private wedding somewhere.
Yeah.
Still spend your money or whatever, but this, like, public display, it was just giving Hunger Games, like, on a whole nother. I saw a couple reels.
Dystopian, like, very...
Yeah. The outfits were crazy. The getting ready. People were treating it like it was, like, the Met Gala event, and it's just, like... In a day and age right now where my grocery bill for 2 humans living under one roof is well over $200 for a week of groceries is insane. And it's just getting to a point where it's like seeing those sort of things online. I can't handle it.
No.
We need a reality show where they send these super rich people off to an island and they have to survive on nothing.
I would watch that.
Wouldn't that be good? Yeah, like almost like a...
That'd be better than the season of Love Island,
Billionaire
honestly.
Island. That's what they're going to call it. Billionaire Island. Send them out there and then we all have to vote on whether or not they're doing good or if they got to go.
And I think it's just like the comprehension, like, of $1 billion compared to like $1 million. Like, that is so much money.
Right.
It's insane.
It is
and
actually
again,
crazy.
just with everything going on and people struggling and like the average American, how expensive it is to live life comfortably, and then you just go
and have children.
Yes, for sure, exactly. And everything is expensive, and then you're going. It just, I've never been the person to, like, I don't know, idolize celebrities because I do think they live such a different life than us, and I've never been the person to really want...
It's not relatable.
Yeah, or like even, I feel like people pressure them to talk about their political beliefs and all of that, which I get, but I don't even care about their political beliefs because it's so different than our lives. Like, it really, a lot of things don't affect them as it does
and
us.
actually, speaking about relatability, so let's touch base on something I've seen recently in social media. I've seen that there's a major turning point in the influencer world. And since you're in social media, give me your thoughts on that. So basically what I've been seeing is, for a while, influencers were showing us their luxurious lifestyle, right? Like a perfect spend the day with me, a perfect get ready with me, with all these luxury items and, you know, a big luxury house and stuff like that. But we've been seeing things shift, and there's now been a lot of like hate and cancel culture surrounding people who are kind of showy, if you will. Have you noticed that also? Yeah.
No, I definitely have, and I feel like people are leaning towards, again, authenticity and being genuine, and like, again, the behind the scenes, like the hard shit, like we're all going through hard shit, and I think that's honestly why this season, not to bring it back to Love Island, but why this season of Love Island is so frustrating, because so many of them are influencers already, and then they're going on TV to get a following or a larger following, and then it's just like, oh, this isn't even fun, like you just went on the show because you want to be an influencer, and again, it's just inauthentic. And I think because a lot of us are on social media, we think like, so many people are influencers, like this is such a normal thing, but still, like, there's such a small percentage of people that are influencing and like successful, and I think the issue too is like when you're growing your audience, like you're being yourself, authentic, whatever, and then there's almost a turning point because they're making money, where it's like, oh, now I can afford this luxury bag or this luxury vacation, and it's just,
you can see, I mean, money transforms people. Like, okay, another reality example, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which I'm obsessed with. Season 1, the girls had a very humble approach. Season 2, the producers, I kind of think they did them dirty, if you ask me, but they really highlighted the amount of times that the girls were obsessed with the money aspect of becoming...
especially Demi.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
and she was like, well, I was a fan favorite season 1, and then you get this like new look at her where she's just in such a bad light because all she's caring about is the money that she's making, to the point where she's willing to like cast off some of the other girls on the show so that she can make more money.
We're supposed to be her friends.
Crazy. It's so crazy. And so again, this world is shifting to really have a distaste for people who are putting on this display of wealth, luxury, and perfection. It's really becoming
just inauthentic. It's not realistic, I think, is the point also.
Yes,
I think, and maybe that's what
exactly.
it was. Maybe when social media first started and influencers were so big and everybody was obsessed with influencers, it's because the idea seemed so realistic at first. You know what I mean? To watch this YouTube person who grows up and now does all this and has these brand deals, and you're like, wow, I've watched them from the beginning. I could do that. But now it's become so unrealistic that we're hating on it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm such like a both sides type of person at times, because I do understand like it is their job and all this stuff, but I think there's like more of a tasteful way.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm just like, please unfollow them. Like, if you're so upset with them, then unfollow them. That is their
I've had
livelihood.
to.
Oh, I've unfollowed. Like, I'm just, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, curate your feed how you want it to be.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like negative feelings towards a piece of content or someone you're following, then just unfollow them.
Yeah.
Because that is what essentially will hurt them the most. Because I'm never the person who agrees with like attacking people in the comments. I think there's a way to have like maybe a constructive criticism type of comment,
Right.
but sometimes people just take it like to a whole nother level,
Right.
and I do think a lot of that comes from like envy and jealousy. And again, we are all out here like struggling, and then it's just like, oh, I'm in France
Bora Bora
on this
for the third time today.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay. And I think also I think influencers should be more authentic in saying like, oh, this is a paid for trip, like this stuff was paid for.
Yeah.
No, I paid for this with my own money type of situation. I feel like that would help them a lot, instead of it just being like, oh yeah, I'm at this like 5-star hotel, and it's like, who paid for this?
Yes. No, literally. So I think it's so true.
Yeah.
And now, speaking about curating your social media to kind of like cater to you, we'll close out with this. Tell me about your For You page. What are your like top things in your For You page?
Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking Love Island.
For
is one of them.
So I love, like, we like grew up in the era of reality TV.
Right.
So like I watch
Jersey Shore,
yes.
Real Housewives.
I watch all the Real Housewives. I'm a Bravo
yes.
girly. Like,
Yep.
I love Love Island. So right now, a lot of it is like Bravo and Love Island. And that is like my little distraction and what I enjoy, and so many memes and stuff like that, which is always fun. I would say that a lot of like food, like relaxing recipe stuff, dogs and cats, like always. And then I would say maybe like millennial humor type of situation, because it's like, oh, you're a millennial targeting you.
Yeah. And we're all suffering. So.
Yes. Something I've really
Getting
enjoyed.
ready to go through our second recession.
Exactly.
Back-to-back world champs.
I honestly think that's why we're so funny, because we've been through so much
we
trauma,
have the most
to be
trauma.
honest. Like, it's just so relatable type of humor. And again, I know we're biased because we are millennials, but I just am like, oh, we're the funniest people to exist.
We are.
I've also really been enjoying comfort creators.
Oh, okay.
So it's more like cozy vibes, or just like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just like relaxing content. Like, I follow this girl. She lives in Australia or New Zealand, and she does junk journaling, and it's always like, she posts so much stuff.
So cool.
But it's just like relaxing, like her doing her little junk journaling or scrapbooking. I'm like, oh, this is like bringing me peace.
Yeah, no, I can't junk journal. I tried to, but my ADHD is like crazy. But I love watching those videos and stuff. I did try to do some myself, but
I have all the stuff. I just don't have a journal yet.
Oh,
so
thrift store. Find like a good thrift
yeah,
one.
I know. I feel like that would be cute, or even just like a thrifted book. That like
that you could put your stuff in.
Yeah.
For me, my For You page is frogs, because I love toads and frogs. So like I scroll for hours watching videos of toads. Obviously skincare. I've got a lot of skincare videos, specifically the crazy shit that y'all are putting on your faces. Those videos be coming up quite often. And then books, which, little side note, I'm actually writing a book right now. I don't think I told you.
What?
Yeah, I actually am almost finished with my manuscript, and I actually have already got some editor feedback, which was pretty positive.
So exciting. Is it like,
it's a fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, like very much reminiscent of like somebody who would like any Sarah J. Maas, Jennifer Armentrout, Carrie Maniscalco. If you like any of those authors, you will like even Callie Hart. So yeah, I'm doing that at like 3 a.m. because I literally have no time for anything else. So I was like, let me just add a book on top of that. And then my For You page is a lot of dogs too. So
Yeah, the dog content.
You have to cater, you know, your mental health to your social media if you're going to keep your social media. Because I have a lot of clients that are like, I have to cancel my social media because it's toxic. And I'm like, you can fix that. If you want to keep your social media, you can still create an environment on your socials where it's not destroying your mental health.
Yes, and I do think that that's what I try like to message on my page, is just like social media is supposed to be fun, or you're supposed to find community or find a passion or learn something or whatever. And I do, and I've done it before too, I do think a lot of us like hate follow people.
Yeah.
And I think it should reach a point where you're like, okay, like I can feel it like in my gut. I'm like I need to unfollow this. Like I can't do this anymore. Yes, or like just like that last straw. And I do think like people like normal people, we grow and change and all these things, so people's contents are going to change, and if you don't like anymore, you can unfollow them. Like it's okay.
That's
like
the beauty of it.
I think it's important to curate. Again, you are in control of this. Don't forget that. Like it's not in control of you.
Yes.
So curate it and enjoy how you want. Oh my god, no. No, I'm like sweating talking about the AI. I'm like,
coming.
no. I'm like, I don't want to live in that world.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm a conspiracy theory person, so Zach and I will watch like crazy conspiracy videos on AI, and I'm just like, I literally was texting ChatGPT the other day. I was like, I love you.
Oh my god, I'm so nice to my ChatGPT. I'm like, please, thank you. Oh, this is the best. You're so good.
I see all these videos of people that like they post screenshots of how they talk to ChatGPT, and like literally people are like, do this, you slave, like talking crap to their freaking ChatGPT, and I'm like, you are the reason they're coming for us. Like you are the reason there's gonna be AI world one day.
That like freaks me out so much. Or like them like robot AI, whoever having like a consciousness.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day.
I would date a robot.
Oh my god.
I read a fantasy book about that.
Zach, like, you heard it here first.
He already knows. He literally is like, how's your ChatGPT boyfriend?
Oh my god.
I would date a robot.
Funny.
Is that cheating? I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know the rules anymore.
Yeah, but there's no rules.
We have somebody.
We don't even have laws. That's the problem.
Yeah, which is honestly so scary. But yeah, I saw a reel, and it was like a bunch of videos strung together, and it was like, oh, a person talking. It's like, oh, I'm AI. No, actually, I'm AI. And it was all AI people. And I was like,
my mom sent that to me, and my mom was like,
oh my god.
Michelle was like, I can't tell. And I was like, okay. I can't either.
They're
so
poor. I feel so bad for their generation.
Yes, yeah.
I feel like they push social media off.
I don't even think my grandma
long.
even knows what AI is.
Yeah.
She calls it A1. Like it has to be first of all.
A1 steak sauce.
She keeps calling it A1. I'm like,
I like that better, honestly. That like makes
I'm just
it
letting
normal.
her live in her A1 world. It's fine.
Yes.
She's fine.
Yeah, in her little innocent world. She deserves it.
She's 87. She doesn't need to know what's happening. It's fine.
I feel like our parents' generation, again, try to put off social media for so long.
Yeah.
Because I remember even back in the day, my mom's like, oh, you're always on your phone, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And now I feel like they're getting on it.
Yeah.
And I would feel so lost. Like even as a social media manager, I feel lost at times.
Yeah.
So, no.
It is interesting. It is very interesting. Social media has come so far, but also still has so far to go. And in the subject of AI, there is just, it's a freaking, what is that, the wild west out there. Like there's just no laws yet surrounding any of it, so it is crazy.
There's so many times where, like, again, this is my job, I love social media, I have fun, I try to find community, but there's so many times where I'm like, what if I just delete everything?
Yeah.
Like, what if I just delete everything, throw my phone in the ocean?
I think about that too, and I'm literally like, I'm going ghost. Like, I'm literally gonna delete everything, and I'm off the grid.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you're not. You know what I mean?
No,
but it feels like it. If you're not on the internet, you feel detached from the world. When I was in Maine, that was purposely what I did. I detached.
It's so nice though.
And it was incredible.
Yeah, it is so nice, and I think we all need it too.
Every now and then. Yeah.
And I definitely think it's become like so a part of our routine. And the older I get, the more I'm trying to be like cognizant of that and be like, no, you don't need to take your phone into the bathroom, like break away, like stuff like that.
So true. Like it's
you
not
don't need to
your
always be
hand.
on
like,
the phone. Yeah, I'm like break away because it does help the mental health a lot.
It does. Well, thank you guys for coming and watching our show today. As always, the full episode will be on YouTube later today. And stay tuned for next week's Rock Bottom. I actually have, I believe next week is my No, next week is Viera. My week after that is Dr. Dylan, my chiropractor, coming on to talk
Yay.
about mental health also, because he deals in that a lot with his practice. So
I'm excited for
super
that.
excited.
Yeah.
So cheers, guys.
Yay, have a good day.
Bye.